Sir, are you legally blind?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Police officers in the United States must be absolutely shameless.
Hi there.
Hey.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational aid. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
Yes,
I'm
sir.
good.
I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't
have you ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
So these officers from the Columbia County Sheriff's Department in Florida arrested a legally blind man because one of the police officers thought that his walking stick could have potentially been a firearm, except instead of, after verifying that it wasn't a firearm, this police officer was embarrassed, ashamed, angry that they couldn't be the dictator of what exactly the situation was, that maybe perhaps they'd been caught as being deeply foolish, and thus decided to enact arbitrary violence against this older gentleman for what exactly? Now you'll notice she said something at one point that she was conducting an investigation. Never mind the fact that was she investigating? What crime? She didn't really clarify that. She couldn't specify any crime that this person was committing. But that just goes to show how shameless these police officers are. They will invent any scenario in their head if they think it justifies their actions, no matter how ridiculous. Because you'll actually notice something right towards the end. It actually seems like they're about to let him go. And if you listen to what she says in this clip, it seems like they're about to let him go, but he asks for their badge number, and as a result, he faces the reprisals of being arrested for resisting arrest, which if you really think about it, is pretty ridiculous. How can you get arrested for resisting arrest if that's the only thing you're getting arrested for? But just look for yourself.
All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number.
You know, I put him in jail for resisting.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
See, this is what is so infuriating about police officers in the United States. They have the mentality of, I'm the person with the gun, so I decide what's going on. And if you disagree with me about what's going on right now, instead of taking just a few seconds to listen to you and be understanding, I'm just gonna arrest you or commit some sort of horrible act of violence against you. Because once again, as the police officer, I'm the one with the gun. And that really seems to be the mentality. Police officers are not there to serve and protect. They're there to dictate and police. But there's another layer to this that I want to point out. And that's the simple fact that all of these people who cry about the notion of defunding the police, the reality is, this is what the police are spending their time doing. They are not actually spending their time doing anything about crime. And they have no intention to do anything about crime. Because if they actually did something about crime, people might stop giving them more money every year. Police officers fundamentally don't want to do anything that would be difficult or dangerous, and actually dealing with crime would be both of those things. Police officers would rather do things that are easy and harmless, which really just means enacting random arbitrary violence against random innocent people. Fundamentally, the fact that this man was disabled is exactly why police officers felt perfectly comfortable arresting him arbitrarily. They assumed that he is somebody with no power. They also were angry with him for daring to be slightly different and violating their precious assumptions about what he was doing. And they knew that they weren't in any potential danger themselves. And you know, it's really amazing because with police officers in the United States, it seems like they have all the time in the world whenever literal school children are in danger. But heaven forbid, a legally blind man walks down the street in peace. That's the real emergency that can't bear to stand any questions asked or answered. So yes, I dare say that we should defund the police. And it is specifically because our police budgets are so bloated that it seems like the only thing police officers are interested in doing is harassing random people. and not actually doing anything to deal with crime. In fact, when major crimes actually get solved and police officers take credit, a huge percentage of the time, it is because the family members of the victim did the investigation themselves. Which really raises then the question, what usefulness do the police officers have at all? And I think more people need to be asking that question, because most they'll do if you get burglarized or you get your car stolen is they'll fill out the paperwork for your insurance company. You're never gonna get your stuff back. But what they do is subject random innocent people to arbitrary violence.